Good morning, and again, same as every week. Thanks for listening. I hope that a couple of words come out that are useful to you. I know this is all based on peace. The center of I think any kind of a life is that you are at peace with God, so you are connected to security, to a rock, to no matter what, and it can't be separated. So it just never ceases to impress itself upon me how good it is to be able to know that God is just actually in you. And then the other thing, I know I've been talking a lot about, reading the Bible, and I really think that's an important thing for each person to come to understand what is this essence that's in me. And the Bible, it goes to however much we can comprehend of it is in the Bible, and it's very comforting and very humbling to realize what exactly is actually inside of you, the power of the universe. So I was thinking about, again, because I never used to read the Bible, how is it that I'm reading the Bible? And I can remember the way my brain works is I am always fixated on something. And usually it's a problem. And usually it's a problem I don't know how to solve, otherwise I wouldn't be fixated on it. And I go over this, and if I said this, and if I tried that, this and the other thing. And I've been like that since I was a kid, so I never really thought much about it. And then I had kids, and I had one daughter, God bless her, and she was the first, so I'm sorry for that. It was hardest for her. She had become, I think she must have been 13 or 14, and she was doing something, and I couldn't reconcile, I couldn't fathom it. It was not something I wanted her to do. And she loved to argue and to debate, and this was her forte, and I hate to argue, and I just hate those things. And we had been going around trying to resolve, I don't even remember the issue, isn't that how it is? And so I would do most of my arguing when I was by myself because I couldn't get a word in edgewise when I was with her. And I'm working at another church, and it's a Sunday morning, and I'm driving to church, and all of a sudden a cop is pulling me over. And I said, oh, you know what, I ran a stop sign. I said, okay, so I pull over, and he comes, and he says, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, yeah. I said, I think I ran that stop sign. And he goes, how come you didn't see the stop sign? I said, because I'm arguing with my daughter. And he looks in the car and he says, there's no one in there. And I said, I know. That's exactly right. I was so fixated on this that it consumed me. And so he shakes his head and he asks, how old is she? I said, 14. He just gives me a citation, and think he could understand. Anyway, it was a clarifying moment for me that I need something else for my mind to obsess on, to feed on, because that's how it works. And that was the point where I realized that when my mind is wandering and thinking and, how am I going to solve this? And I'm not getting anywhere. And so what dissipation, what a waste. So I started to read the Bible, and I talked earlier, if you get a taste for God, you develop an appetite. And that is literally how it was for me. And then slowly, those things replaced the problems I was trying to solve. And not only did it replace the problems, but he's a great counselor. And but there's so much in the Bible, you can't just say, well, I just need Psalms, or I just need this passage. The whole story is a human life, I believe. I think I talked about that too, We go through life as Old and the New Testament, and in the end, we go to heaven. And so here is this book of guidance to how to keep your sanity and to raise kids. But it's more than that, is how to know and appreciate what you have in you is amazing. And you go to a point where when something happens that is going to crush you, I've had that in my life. And one day you realize that you're not praying to God to make this go away or help me fight it. You're telling God, this is going to crush me. And I think he loves that the best because I personally have experienced then this just tremendous relief of whatever the thing was. Not because I did anything, because then I would say, well, I prayed to God, and because I'm so... It's nothing like that. You just realize, I can't do this. You know, the Bible is full of things. He knows us. He says, like, I know that you are but dust. I know that you cannot thrive. I know all the things you need. He says, first seek me, and then you have access to this. And he said, I am a very real presence in time of trouble. And I think that's the living faith. It can't just be reciting the Lord's Prayer with a group of people. Those are nice words, but you know, he warns that people will draw near to my words, but deny my power. And I think this is so true. When you can say, and you really mean it, I cannot endure another moment of whatever the thing is, and I'm sure it's different, you know, it's different for everyone. That's a powerful, holy moment where you connect with God, with that thing inside of you, and then there is no separating, and you don't want to do anything without that. Even though the world tugs at you, you have arguments with your daughter, who says, all I want is for my kid to be safe and happy, and she's arguing with me. I don't understand this. Even those things become just, okay, I know where I can go to solve this. And maybe I say nothing, let the child talk. I always felt like with the kids, you should be able to say anything that's on your mind. I think that there's no such thing as don't say this. As how else can we understand each other? But not to, but you need you need a little protection, because sometimes that can hurt, because they're young and a little unfiltered and haven't mastered the fine art of saying something without making you so angry that you just want to spit and walk out of the room. So that's why I think that to read the Bible, to connect you to the author of the universe, where can you look and not be stunned at what you see? And this very thing is in you, and it knows you, and it's real. It's not just say my prayer and then go, and now how am I going to fix this? I can't fix this. I can't endure it. I may die because of this. And then you're reminded from the Bible that he says, my vows are binding upon you, and that I will not leave you alone. I will protect you. I will shelter you. And he does. And it's a terrific feeling, and it's a very good way to endure, the world we're living in. I guess the world is always crazy, and it seems like it's very crazy these years. But we're the people God ordained to be here for these moments. We're the ones from the whole story of the Bible that are supposed to be experiencing these days and witnessing. So you really want to be connected, because it's obviously very important, or it wouldn't be happening. So anyway, and so then there's this peace, of course, not a lack of concern or awareness. It's just, okay, I don't have to be, I can just surrender to God, and whatever he's going to do is going to be okay. And that's real. It takes practice. To have faith is like a muscle you have to work out every day. And I think the reading and just letting that slowly replace maybe the fruitless thoughts that you're having with very fruitful thoughts. Over the years go by quick, and so with the reading. And then you do feel like, what is it, there's the armor of salvation. You do feel like you are equipped with God, and it's not just I hope God's with me. God's with me. It's all going to be okay. These things go beyond words. Anyway, that's it. Thanks again. I have a song, and it's really simple. It's only a few words. It's Emmanuel, And it's just, this is his name, Emmanuel, is God revealed in us, is God with us. It's not a metaphor. He is in you, or you couldn't be. You would want to find out as much as you can about that. It's something. Anyway, thank you. Thank you.